Kaveh, good morning to you, sir. We're all sort of getting very Scottish giddy here in the studio this morning.
Pete, just you.
Well, maybe a little bit of me. Seeing all the pictures out there, look, the fans are ready. What do you think, mate? Do you think they can cause a shock tonight?
Let me think about this before I answer. My head says no, but my heart says maybe. I think if you look at the history books, actually, I'm clutching at straws here, but Scotland do have a very good record in major tournaments in Germany, stroke West Germany. I think they've only ever played in one major tournament. It was the World Cup here in 1974. When, of course, this was West Germany, and they were actually unbeaten in their group. They were in a group with Yugoslavia, Zaire and Brazil, and they only were knocked out on goal difference, but they didn't lose a single game. So maybe they can look back at that and draw some inspiration from it. I doubt they will, though. But in all seriousness, tonight's game is going to be played at the Allianz Arena. Normally, Bayern Munich play there. It is a really hostile atmosphere for club sides. It is an incredible stadium with an incredible atmosphere when it's full of Bayern fans. But this evening, Scotland are going to have the Tartan Army inside the Allianz Arena. There could be something between 30 and 40,000 of their supporters in the stadium. And I think that will give them a major boost, because we've seen Scotland perform in these kind of situations before. I'm thinking back 3 years ago at Wembley when they played against England during the Euros, and they got a draw in that game as well. And they do have the players who rise to the big occasion. I'm thinking of players like Scott McTominay, John McGinn, and of course their captain, Andy Robertson. Now, he was speaking yesterday, and he said they would have nothing to fear this evening against Germany.
Now we're excited. We know that these games are close, and we know how quickly the tournament can go by you. And it's important that we show up to our maximum. And if we do that, then we believe we can create a bit of history. But we know we have to be at our best to do that. We're playing an exceptional team, full of quality in front of their home fans, and we know it doesn't get much more difficult than that, but it's a challenge that we're excited for. You know, there's no real pressure on us, there's no real expectation probably from the outside world, but you know, we expect a lot from ourselves, and we have to show that on the pitch, and we have to perform to our maximum. And if we do that, then let's see how far we can go. What's the worst that can happen? We go into a long list of teams that have failed to make it out of the group at Scotland, and that's the worst that can happen. So let's start from that point and move on from it. And if we can perform the way I know we can perform, then I believe we can be the ones that create the history.
So, Kaveh, you're saying Scotland maybe have a chance tonight, but as for Germany, just how important is it for a tournament for the host nation to do well?
Well, I mean, everybody in Germany is so excited about the Euros starting this evening. They're not that excited about their side at the moment. Germany are not the Germany of old. They've really struggled in the past 3 tournaments, but there is a little bit of a feel-good factor returning to the national side. Obviously, they've got a new manager, Julian Nagelsmann. He's a brilliant young manager. We all know what he's achieved in the game, although he had a bit of a bad time at Bayern Munich. But he's got the side playing again. He's got some world-class players, of course, Tony Rudiger, Gundogan, Havertz. You know, these are serious players who, if they're at the top of their game, can cause Scotland a lot of problems this evening. I think Germany are enjoying not being the favourites for the tournament, and my mind goes back to the World Cup in 2006. Again, the World Cup was held here. Jurgen Klinsmann was the Germany manager. There was a lot of doom and gloom surrounding the national team, but Klinsmann got together a new young team and they made it all the way to the semi-finals. So I wouldn't be surprised if Germany did really well in this tournament. Everybody knows what they usually achieve in major tournaments, although, as I said, in the past 3 tournaments, they've been very disappointing.
England have got a closed training session today, Kaveh, so they will be working on tactics, won't they? What key selection issues do you think Gareth Southgate's going to be working on today, thinking about and obsessing over?
I think the two major ones are in midfield. The first one, whether to start with Trent Alexander-Arnold or Conor Gallagher next to Declan Rice. I think the indications so far have been that it could be Trent Alexander-Arnold who starts the game. We heard from Conor Gallagher yesterday. He's had such a brilliant season for Chelsea, of course, ended the season being the Chelsea captain. But I think there's a feeling around the camp that Alexander-Arnold may start next to Rice. The other big selection question, I suppose, for Gareth Southgate is whether to start with Bukayo Saka or Cole Palmer. Now, you would think that normally Saka would get the nod. I think whenever he's been fit, Gareth Southgate has picked him, but he's had a few injury problems. He hasn't started the past few games. But I think if he has shown in training and shows again in training today that he's 100% fit, then maybe Gareth Southgate would stick with what he knows, although he knows a lot about Palmer as well. I think if Palmer gets his chance, he could really be one of the breakout stars of this tournament. Every time he's been given a chance, he's really grabbed it, whether it's been at club level or international level. So even if Palmer doesn't start on Sunday, I'm sure he will get his chance at some point during this tournament.